Good evening everyone, this is Srikanth Rajan and welcome back to Market Pulse video where we discuss about what happened in the market last week and what could be expected next week. But before we talk about anything, the only thing I need you to say, what a rally in Indian stock market. Isn't it amazing? In fact, the way the markets have actually rallied up in the past few weeks is simply amazing. And not only that, the speed at which the market has recovered in the last few weeks is absolutely amazing. Mind blowing, in fact, I would say. So, yes, I'm sure I can see all those smiles on your face when you talk about it because everyone who has invested well with MPI invest portfolios are sitting with amazing returns. In fact, a few of the small cases that we had selected has already given more than 20% return in the last 6 months. And even the IAP, which is invested with us, is sitting at amazing returns, more than 20 to 23%. So that's amazing. In fact, this is why I say my confidence level in the country India is still there. I am still very, very bullish always. And every dip was always an opportunity for us to build our positions into good stocks and good investments. And that has actually led us to what we are today. So, with that, let us get going with the day that we have to talk about. So, talking about last week, Indian stock markets have hit an all-time record high, and not only has it hit a record high, but also it has maintained that. In fact, on Friday we had such a gap up opening at just at the previous record high, and I was thinking, will it take a resistance there? But no, the resistance was broken undoubtedly, and the markets have set a brand new record. A beautiful rally. Now, this was just before the elections. I mean, election in the five states basically. So, Mizoram, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, and Telangana. These were five states which have undergone recent elections. And the exit polls were kind of confusing the market. And after that, the actual results have come today. Of course, Mizoram has been pending. So, apart from that, four state election results have come. So let us start talking about that first. So the first thing first, well, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh has cemented the position of BJP. Telangana, of course, was never expected to be giving some return to BJP. So, well, I'm not talking from a political point of view. I am not a political person, but then I'm just talking from the stock market point of view and a stable government point of view. So, they have come with very clear majority in most of these three states out of four results that has come, and that is of course a great sign. That could mean that we could see a stable government when we have the parliament elections in the next year. So that is something which is good, and we could probably see that positivity in the market tomorrow. In fact, the US markets have kind of closed in the green yesterday, day for yesterday, and that is already indicating a gap up tomorrow. But with this, we might see another gap up opening. But does that mean we will see another rally? Well, that's a question we'll answer after a while. So, what are other things that we need to look at? Let us have a look at things that are there. So, the first one, of course, this week we had the Tata Tech IPO launch, one of the best IPOs in the last 2 years, I would say. I also had applied, which I don't believe in applying for IPO, but still, this was worth giving a try. And as expected, good IPOs don't hit, and I did not get that. If any of you got Tata Tech IPO, do comment below. It would be great to hear your great news. So that was one thing. So it listed with that 1,400. From there, it has been kind of falling around 1,300 now, but that's completely okay. It has given solid returns to all the investors for a price of 500. Giving a return of 1,400 per share is absolutely crazy. So that was something that took the market by storm. Along with that, the entire Tata Group stocks like Tata Power, Tata Motors were seen rallying. Tata Motors is now near 700, which is amazing again. So, well, that is something that happened on the IPO side. And there were other IPOs also which I have not clearly looked at because that's not of my interest. Now, coming to the next part, we could see the last week the US GDP data coming in, and that has come in better than expected. And that has kind of given a positivity in the US. And there were also few Federal Reserve members coming out and saying that Federal Reserve may actually look at cutting prices earlier than expected, probably sometime in May and June. That was kind of something that kind of gave a blast to the US markets. US markets have come back to from where they had fallen due to the inflation fear, and now Indian markets have also recovered equally. So that's something good. Apart from that, we could see some important things. The focus on defense stocks last week. There was announcement that there was more defense related investments coming up, and most of the defense stocks have actually rallied up really well last week. So that's something good. Then we had the MSCI rejig happening, and of course there was no stock removed, but then there was few stocks added. That was good, and I had given the list of stocks on the previous podcast that was on Thursday. So if you missed that, do watch that for the details. So these were things that we worked on last week. Now coming to the next part. Now what is expected this week? Now this week is start of the new month, December, and December is generally a month where we have seen markets rally, and this rally is called Santa Rally. In fact, out of last 10 years, majority of the years we've seen the December rally coming in. So is this the start of the Santa Rally? Is something that we need to watch out. Now tomorrow, if the markets open with a big gap up, more than 120 points gap up, if it opens, well, I am being cautious. It may not rally like on Friday, but probably we might see some profit booking kicking in. But then that could be short term, and I am expecting the markets only to be bullish over the next few years. So I'm talking about long term investing. So if you miss that opportunity, see, one thing very important in the market is no point in crying over missed opportunity. So if you miss an opportunity of investing now the markets are at a high, don't go investing in bulk at this point of time. You might lose or lose your money for short term. So it is wise to go on SIP mode of investment, and also have the right allocation of funds into different asset classes. I'm repeating it, at MPI we only watch by one simple thing, that is asset allocation. So having the right asset allocation will help you grow your returns fantastically well. It was actually great when one of our investors actually called us and said that the returns on their portfolio is almost 17% in spite of beautiful allocation that we have done. So the net portfolio has done well. That's really good to hear. So well, if you need support, go to mpainvest.com and fix your appointment right now. We've got limited slots there, and we can catch up online or at our office in Bangalore. So that's for some marketing for my company. Well, let's come back. So many times it happens that I speak so much about the market and stuff. I am so excited myself, I forget to tell you to like, comment, and share, or even subscribe. So yes, if you've not done that, do that now, because we are a close knit family of investors, and we call this MPI family. And if you want to be financially sound, focusing on your business, focusing on your job, and still make money in the market, just be a part of MPI family. Okay, so moving on, there was yet another important data that came in. Indian GST data for last month has come in, and yet another record. In fact, if you see last few months, every month we've been setting a new record. Again, more than 1.6 lakh crore of GST collection simply means the business in India is growing big. And that's a beautiful statement to what India's growth is looking out for. And well, this is perfectly in line with our expectation. Similarly, the most important thing now for this week that we'll be looking at is the RBI interest rate decision that's going to happen on Friday. So details will be out by around 10 a.m. in the morning. So one thing to be watching out is how the market would play the RBI decision. Well, of course, there are high chances, 99% chances that RBI would maintain the status quo and they will not go for a rate hike at this point of time. But then one very important thing to watch out, in the previous two meetings, they have come out with some hawkish comments, and banking sector has been hit hard. Even today, when Indian markets have reached scale all-time high, Bank Nifty is nowhere close by to all-time high. So that is majorly because of this, hawkish statements coming in from the RBI side. So again, that should be something that needs to be cautiously watched out. Will that be a occasion for profit booking in the Indian market? Not sure, but even if that happens, that would be an opportunity to buy in the Indian market, right? So every dip can be considered a good opportunity to buy. That could be a mutual fund, that could be a managed portfolio, that could be a small case, that could be a PMS, or even AIF. So if you still don't know what is a PMS and AIF, of course, do comment below. I will work on some video for that. So these are few things to be looked at this point of time. So our markets can never be predicted, but then will the market sustain the gap up opening tomorrow? Here's a question to watch out. So we will think about we will see what is happening in the market, and based on that take decisions. So in fact, I'm glad to tell you, we also do some trading. But this is personal, not a part of MPI Invest. But then, of course, last week we did hit, I think, 2 or 3 SLs, stop losses. But then still we came out with a small positive, return. That's something good in such kind of rally because we are non-directional traders. So well, that's something that I do out of passion. Just wanted to share that with you. So with that, I think I'm sure all of you are happy. If you have still not invested, get going. Take our support. Let us catch up at MPI Invest at mpiinvest.com. And before you leave, do remember to press the like button because, of course, that motivates us. And do share the podcast with your friends and relatives. And do subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any of this amazing investing updates. And let's make money together and let's grow financially. This is Srikanth Rajan signing off until we catch up tomorrow morning. Goodbye.